Welcome to Juice United Show, and it's match day. Manchester United are at Old Trafford versus Crystal Palace, and we need that win. We do not want to let these guys come back in and steal points from us like last time at their ground. It was very tough at Selhurst Park. We didn't have the best of games, but look, we carry on. We carry on, and we try and catch up to Arsenal, catch up to Man City. You know, this is a free run this season. It's a free run. We can actually go, you know what? Let's see how good we are this year. We don't expect to win anything, but if we can get very close to Man City and Arsenal when they've got accomplished sides that have been settled for so long, it just means we're getting places. We're going places, that's for sure. And then just give Eric Ten Hag another year, and that's it, mate. That is it. So, yeah. Look, it's Palace, 3 p.m. kickoff, a Saturday. So it's weird that we're playing on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. Normally we're playing on a Sunday or playing on a weekday. But yeah, today it's the Saturday. And yeah, we've got so many players to choose from. And just feels weird that we've got all these options up front in attack. We've got like 2 options in each position. It's ridiculous. You've got, if you look at the Bruno position, Bruno and Sancho now they're fighting for the place in the middle. On the right, you've got Anthony and Sancho coming on the right. On the left, you got Rashford and you got Nacho. And then Martial coming back to fitness. He's going to fight with Weghorst. So we've got a real good game here. And let's just make sure my mic is working, because last time I was doing this show, yeah, my mic's working. That's good. You guys make sure you comment in here if there's anything going wrong with my new apparatus. Please help me out. But yeah, let's look, I'm excited. I'm going to be on the Stretford Paddock later on, doing a watch along with them again, because it was fun last time on the Wednesday. Let's get another win as well. Let's see if I can get some predictions right today as well, because I predicted, if you guys remember in the last preview, that I said I want to see Rashford, Martial and Sancho on the bench while Anthony, Weghorst and Garnacho start. And then I want to see them 3 brought on all at the same time so we can relive the pre-season front 3. And what happens? Bang, bang, bang. They all come on. And you see them all getting up on the side. And it was wicked. It was so good to see. I was just like imagining this was going to happen. And it happened. So it was lovely. It was lovely. But look, let's dive straight into some of the information we've got on Crystal Palace. Let's take a look at their last 5 games. So they obviously beat Bournemouth, got battered by Spurs, then lost to Chelsea, and then drew with us, and actually drew with Newcastle as well. So they've drawn with some top sides there. So yeah, they're doing pretty well. They're not going to be no easy feat. We know this. Zaha's not playing. I think he's actually suspended. So that's one good thing. But yeah, let's take a look at a bit of news on what's happened here. Man United have won just one of their last 5 Premier League games against Palace. We've drawn 2 and lost 2 and are winless in the last 2. They've not got 3 top flight games without a win against the Eagles since October 1970. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Crystal Palace have taken 7 points from their last 4 away league games against Man United. Just 1 fewer than they had for their first 21 visits. So we've just somehow gone into some real poor form against Palace. But Man United have won their last 5 Premier League home games. And the last time we have a run longer than that was back in May 2017 when we had 8. It's been a long time. Crystal Palace have won just 1 of their last 7 Premier League games, with that win coming against Bournemouth on New Year's Eve. This is their 3rd consecutive Premier League game against the team in 4th place, following draws with Man United 1-1 and Newcastle 0-0. Last one is following Elise's free kick for Crystal Palace to make it 1-1 and Eddie Nketiah's strike for Arsenal to make it 3-2. Man United have conceded result-altering goals in the 90th minute of consecutive Premier League matches for the first time. That's the first time that's happened. So I don't want to see a 3rd one, by the way. We do not need to see a 3rd one. We need to go into this game. We've got so much firepower. I expect us to beat this team up big time. So let's get this going. Crystal Palace, this was their last team, the team that played against Newcastle with the 0-0 draw. As you can see, Eze was in the hole, Ayew, Zaha, and Edouard. Now, if you remember who's their top scorers, their top scorers are Zaha, Edouard, and Eze. So 6, 5, and 3. But Zaha, their main man, is out. So will we see Elise come in there? Probably. I expect Elise to probably come in there and cause some trouble. So yeah, he was the one who scored that free kick. He was the one with the best interview ever. Talk us through that goal. Yeah, he got the ball passed to me, controlled it, scored. Did you enjoy it? Yeah. If you haven't seen it, I urge you to go online, go on Insta or something and type in his interview. Best interview ever. This guy was straight to the point. No imagination. Just got the ball, scored. So funny. But yeah, they are dangerous still. You know what they're about. They've got many players who just got skills and got power and pace. So, Vieira's built them in the right way to be very difficult to beat, and they can get their goals. So if we're not on our game, as you can see, they kept Newcastle to a 0-0. They drew with us 1-1. That on its own, the last 2 results are ridiculous. But anyway, let's talk about our last 5 results. So we beat Wolves away, we beat Bournemouth at home, we beat Man City, and we drew with Palace, and we lost to Arsenal. Now, there's nothing wrong with losing to Arsenal, but we beat City. So if you would have asked us the last 3 games, we've got 4 points. And if you said we had Man City and Arsenal and Palace, and we said, would you like to have 4 points from that? I think we'd be all right with that. 1 loss, 1 draw, and 1 win. That's not bad. That is not bad. But we need to go back on a run again. We're playing against teams now we should be beating and putting away. Let's go and beat them all. I think we should beat everybody except the Cities and the Arsenals right now. I feel like they're equipped to look like they're more, what's the word? They look like they can beat us, but they won't, because we're on it. And Sabitz is coming in. Let's see how he does. But let's take a look at our top scorers. Rashford is flying away with 18 goals. Bruno got it on his 6, and then Martial comes back from injury and scores again, and he's on 6 as well. So this is the thing. The amount of people who are talking about Martial. Can you stop with that crackling, please? The amount of people that are talking about Martial in such a negative way when he's still second top scorer for us after not playing most of the season. So imagine he was fit and he was playing every week. And how many games has he not even played well? He's played very badly in a number of games. He's played injured in a number of games, and he's still our second top scorer. So I would say if he can just get over whatever the injuries are that he's got, I don't know what it is. Like I said, if it is an Achilles injury, that's something that he's going to struggle with for a while, because you play a game and you get it and it just comes and it's so sore and you can't run around. Then it kind of just you just need time for it to settle down. You ice it, you get ultrasound on it and stuff like that, but really nothing can do anything about it until you get some kind of operation or it goes, and then you really need to, you're out for a long time, extended period of time to get back fit. So I hope it's not an Achilles injury, because that would be very bad. But we still need another striker in that is going to be reliable for the rest of the season. But now we've got Weghorst. Hopefully, Martial does not need to rush himself back. So hopefully he's not rushed back this time, and it's nothing too serious where he's going to come out again. Like, seems to come out every other week now. I'm not happy with that, but look, I'm happy when he's playing. I'm happy when he's fit, because he gives us another dimension. He brings out the best in a Sancho, brings out the best in a Rashford. We know that. He's another level. These guys are another level. It's similar to like when I play with Jason Roberts. He brings out the best in me. I become the 100% of me that I can be, because he knows my strengths and he gives me the ball every time I'm in an area where my strengths can be taken care of. And that's the difference between good players, not good players, like chemistry within a team, when they know their players and they know where the danger is. Keep getting the ball out to him. Keep getting the ball to him in that area and this area. That's where things really, really work out. So let's take a look at the last result. We lost 3-2. No embarrassment there. We lost 3-2. Arsenal deserved the victory for sure. And as you can see, this is the team that we started with. We had Shaw left back, Martinez, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. We had Scott McTominay and Eriksen. Today, we have Casemiro back, and probably Sabitzer in there. You got Anthony, Bruno, Rashford, and Weghorst up front. Now, I believe we're probably going to go with most of that starting lineup. I see the two in the midfield changing, and that's about it, to be fair, in terms of the starting lineup for me. But yeah, that was our team, and we got players back. I think we could see, obviously, I think Sancho will be on the bench and he'll come back on again. But let's take a look at what Garth has said his team is, because unfortunately he can't get on today, but he will get on for the post-match. So let's take a look at his side. He's gone with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez and Shaw, obviously the Hay and goal. And then he's gone with himself sitting deep line centre midfielder. I'm playing Casemiro and Fred. He's gone with the same starting midfield that started the last game, with Bruno in the hole, Rashford, and he's gone with Martial to take over the striker spot and Anthony to go on the right. So you can see he's kind of sticking with what won the last game. And I don't blame him for that. We've seen Ten Hag kind of make them kind of decisions as well before. But he did bring in Anthony. He has brought in Anthony, Garth. I don't know he will do that. Here's my starting 11, and I think this is going to be the starting 11. I've gone with Sabitzer coming straight in with Casemiro. We need to win these games. He ain't coming here to sit on the bench. He's on loan. He's been playing. He's fit. He's ready. He's a Champions League team player. He's coming straight in. Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka with the Hay in goal, of course. Casemiro and Sabitzer sitting there. I'm going with Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right, Bruno in the hole, and I'm starting with Weghorst. Reason why I'm starting with Weghorst is I believe Martial can't last too long. We don't want to kill Martial. We've got games to come. Let's start with Weghorst, continue with that progression in understanding how he plays, getting the team to play the way he plays, because he's going to be playing the majority of the games, because Martial will probably get injured again. So if I'm manager, I'm there going, Weghorst, you're starting, mate. You're coming off. You'll probably, in my mind, he's coming off around 60 minutes. Martial's going to get 30, depending on how the game's going. If we're losing and we're struggling, Martial, 45 minutes. You're coming on, mate, for 45. So it all depends on how the game goes. But I would start with Weghorst because I got to show that he's here and he's here to be used, even when Martial's here. I don't want to see him get dropped and then Martial's in and he gets injured early on and then he's got to come back on. I don't like that. I'd rather the other way around. In this game, in this first game, I want to see Martial start, but I don't think it will happen. I think Anthony has done enough to stay on the right. He needs to get some more end product, of course. He's improving. Let's see if he can continue coming inside and doing what his strengths are. Forget going on the outside. He ain't no guy that can go on the outside. So I don't want to hear anybody ever again saying he doesn't go on the outside. No, he doesn't. And you know what else? Eriksen doesn't dribble past players either. Nor does Bruno. Nor does any of the players that don't dribble past people. I know Anthony looks like he's a player who can dribble past people, but he ain't. He ain't that kind of player. He doesn't want to get isolated against a winger, a fullback. He wants to play, come inside, jink, jink, jink. He's similar. He's actually very similar to Sancho in that way, where Sancho wants to come inside and pass off people and get it back. I wouldn't even mind seeing Anthony, like I said, in the attacking middle. You know, if, for example, you want a different option, Martial's injured and Weghorst is not playing so well, I'd put Anthony up there, up at the top, just like Salah. He was on the right, and then all of a sudden he's playing up front. He's just the last man having to do his little bits. I think Anthony will be very, very good in that position. Not in terms of holding up play. Forget all that. I'm talking about peeling off and trying to get the ball in central areas where he can pass and move, and he can move and he can jink to get shots off, and he can 1-2 with people and he can slide people in. I think he'll be very, very dangerous in them areas. So I think he will be deployed in that area one day, and then we'll start seeing him play more. Same like Salah, like I said, these guys, Mane's played up front, Salah's played up front in the middle rather than on the right. And I think we'll see Anthony getting that happening as well. And hopefully Sancho will continue to play, and he can be on the right or in the hole. You can put Bruno out there now. So we've got a lot of options, But I think let's take a look at what Garth said. Garth has actually come up with his team. He said he thinks United are going to win 3-1. Rashford, Martial, and Sancho. Funnily enough, all three of them he thinks are going to score, and a 3-1 victory. Let me think about this now. With my starting lineup that's going to play Rashford, Weghorst, and Anthony. Sabitzer. You know what? I got a feeling Sabitzer scores on his debut, you know. I think he's going to score on his debut. I'm going with him scoring on his debut. I'm going with... I don't think we concede today. Because there ain't no... you know who there isn't. There ain't no Zaha. And without Zaha, Palace are kind of toothless. So I'm going with a 3-0 victory. Palace are down, mate. I'm going with Sabitzer. Sabitzer's going to bag. The person who he takes a lot of shots, and I think he's going to start and he's going to bag. I think Rashford scores, Sabitzer scores, and I want Sancho to score when he comes off the bench. I think they're going to score. Sancho, Sabitzer, and Rashford. That's the one. So yeah, that's what I'm going with, guys. That's my prediction. Here we are. Bang. Man United 3, Crystal Palace 0. Sabitzer getting the first, Rashford and Sancho. So that's my prediction. I'm going to be on Stretford Paddock in a bit, watching on the watch along, and I'm going to tell them what I thought my predictions are, and it's going to come true again because that's what I do. At least my starting lineup's got to come true. We're going to win. That's got to come true. And we're going to get 3. That's got to come true. We're going to get a clean sheet. That's got to come true. Let's go, boys. Let's go, girls. Let's go, everybody. So I want to say thanks a lot, everyone, for watching the show. See you on the next one. See you on the post-match reaction with Garth. It'll be slightly later because I'll be at the show. Like I said, once I get home, we will do it a couple hours after. So until then, peace out.